Okay, so this video is for Mercy, the mother of so-called Emmanuel. I mean, God, I don't know how somebody can have a name like that and hate his mother, but anyway. So I just wanted to let you know, Mercy, that I'm letting you know that unless you come to me and say it's okay to buy chicken again, I'm never gonna buy chicken in your house again, ever. Just letting you know that. I don't want no trouble from your family or anything like that. I really thank you for all the credit that you gave me in the past. Quite frankly, I don't need the chicken now because I'm going to have my connection of the refrigerator um, apart from my mother-in-law's house. I'm going to get my own professional installment done, God willing. So I'm not going to need any really chicken in the morning because I'm going to have things in the refrigerator, God willing. So I really thank you for all of your friendship. I thank you for all of the time that you have given me to show, niceness and your nice words in the morning and the chicken and the credit and the patience. I don't appreciate the fight that we had 2 years ago that your daughter got into it, but we got through that and we repaired our little tiny friendship. But I have to understand that if you're for me or against me, because in the United States of America, what I used to do, I used to defend people and they used to stab me in the back. I'll give you an example. I used to work in a factory in 2004, 2005, and part of 2006. And, some coworkers were saying, "Oh, Angelo, I'm upset about this in the job. I'm upset about that in the job." And so I had a very good relationship with Irene, a supervisor, one of the top-notch supervisors there, who was instrumental in getting people in by hiring them, interviewing them and hiring them and seeking them out. And everything. She was prominent. And so I had a very good relationship with Irene Shorts. And so the thing is that, I told her that there was some coworkers that were upset, Jose, Daisy, Dennis, Maria, a whole bunch of people that were upset of what was going on. And so I took that complaint because they were scared to go themselves. So I took that complaint to the office. And so Irene calls these people out and said, "Well, Angelo told me that you're upset in the job about something. Is that true?" And then everybody said no. Everybody said, no, everything's okay. So that's being a coward. That's being scared. That's being, that's lying. I didn't get into trouble or anything like that, but I look bad because I brought complaints of these people, like a mediator to the higher up, and then she told me that everybody backed down and everybody said no, everything's okay. So I'm sick and tired of defending people that they now you weren't complaining about Emmanuel, your son, about living in a doghouse and him living in a little tiny Cracker Jack mansion, So biscuit mansion, it's this little tiny box of a house. He can't expand. He can't go up. He just puts on the house. He don't have no furniture. He has a 2 by 2 foot bathroom. That's a piece of garbage in my opinion. I was in there. I you can't even sit down. So I mean, in my bathroom you could put a bed inside. I mean, you could put a couple of bicycles inside there. You could put a little tiny motorcycle. You could put a motorcycle in my bathroom. You could put like 3 motorcycles in there. But anyway, um, so I don't know, like if you're talking to the people and telling them, "Oh no, Angelo's wrong. We're okay," and no, but that's being scared. That's not right. When something is wrong, and you have to tell your son that something is wrong. You can't say, "Oh, well, that's my son gives me a little money, so I'm not going to tell him that he's wrong." Or my son takes me to BOGO in his little tiny, Cracker Jack, whatever it is, pickup wagon or whatever it is. It costs, Caton said that, "Oh, we got this cash. We got this. Of course, you got a cash. It costs like $100 a car. My Nissan Amera costs a million peso. You know what I'm saying? So that's just the deal. But you can't say, "Oh, I'm his mother, but I'm not going to tell him because he gives me money." Or I'm his mother, but I'm not going to tell him that he's wrong, that he lets me live like a dog and he lets his wife live like a queen because he brings me to Bogo sometimes. You have to do your job as a mother and say to your son, when something is wrong, you got to go to your face and slap into his face and slap his face and say, "Listen, you can't let me allow to," and my daughters, by the way. You can't allow me and my daughters to live like dogs and cats and squirrels, and then you're living like a little tiny itsy bitsy king in your little tiny itsy bitsy house. That's much better than everybody else's house, except for a few exceptions. Okay, because it's not the best house in Don Pedro anyway. I mean, the guy who died, he has a better house. The guy, the lady who has the 2-floor house when you go to Bogo, like right there in the Camino, that's a better house, and the new house is a better house because it's got a lot of property and stuff. So Caton's house is nothing. It's not, and but still, it's better than yours. You got water coming in the house when it rains. You got water surrounding your house when it rains. You can't even go to buy chicken in your house, except you need a barco. You need a couple of barcos to go to your house. You got to tell your son that it's wrong. You can't let somebody from the United States of America take a bad rap because you're scared of your son, because he ain't gonna give you no money or no more or a lift to Bogo. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not gonna be going to your house no more and getting no more credit, no more chicken. I don't need it. I don't need no problems. Unless you come to my window and say, Angelo, no. I'm supporting you. I told everybody that you were right and that my son was wrong. If I don't get that from you, you're not gonna get a peso from me no more. Because I don't need nobody's chicken. I don't need nobody's help. I don't need nobody's nothing. Because I'm planning, and I told this to Caton Mercy a long time ago. Like I told her this last year before all of these problems. I told her that like in December, I want to plan to move out and buy a good house in a good neighborhood, in a clean neighborhood, in a nice neighborhood for my baby boy, Sean. I don't want him to live over here. I don't want him to marry somebody who's the poorest of the poor and has no respect for themselves and only is going around door to door, gossiping and not even working and not even going to college. I don't want him marrying anybody like that or being like looking at anybody like that in the future. I want a future for him. I want him to be a police officer or somebody in the army or somebody respectable, not marrying somebody who's the poorest of the poor and then he has to give everything in the marriage. No, I don't want that. I told that I don't want to be here in next December. I don't know if she understood me. But if I move in this next December or January or February, it's because I already plan to move out of here. I can move. Praise God. I can move. People have to be here the whole life. The whole family has to live together. I mean, what's that? We don't do that in America where everybody lives together. That's why you have a lot of problems and stuff like that. Family taking family to court. Oh, this property is mine. Oh, that property is yours. That property is yours. That property is mine. And everybody's taking everybody to court. And everybody calls themselves a Christian person. And everybody's taking people to court. That's not of God. That's not of God. Everybody goes to church and nobody does what Jesus says to do. Respect each other and love one another and stuff like that. Everybody's lying. Everybody's cheating. Everybody's accusing. Everybody's stealing. Everybody's committing adultery. Everybody's committing fornication and stuff like that. So I'm just writing you this letter, Mercy, that, unless you come to me in my window saying, no, Angelo, it's okay to buy chicken. I'm not going to buy no more chicken because I don't need it. Because I have my refrigerator and I could cook my own chicken. I could cook my own chicken over there. I could store it. I don't need to buy any ice and a little box and everything like that. God was so gracious in letting me win this refrigerator over here through Atian's Christmas party. So I got a refrigerator. Just got to hook it up. And you probably when you're listening to this, I already have it hooked up because I'm recording this on the 23rd of January, and I'm uploading this on the 3rd or the first week of before the 10th of February. So I already recorded this like 2 weeks ago. So I probably have the connection already. And if you don't tell me, Angelo, no, it's okay. You can get credit. You can buy chicken. I'm not gonna buy not one piece of chicken from you ever again. Because I don't know if you're for me or for against me. I don't know if you're my friend or you're my enemy. You kept on saying, oh, Angelo, you're my good friend. You're my good friend. You're my good friend. Prove it. Prove it. Say to everybody that your son was wrong. I don't care if you bore him for 9 months. Say that your son was wrong, dirty wrong, for not even taking care of his mother, letting his mother live like a cat, while everybody lives like a queen. That's not right. And I told your son that wasn't right. That was dirty what he does every day, drilling and sawing and collecting materials and hammering and painting and we got to smell that stupid paint in the morning and stuff like that. And my daughter got to smell that paint and everything like that. He doesn't even have no respect for nobody. He starts building sometimes at 5 or 6 o'clock in the morning while everybody is sleeping or the children are sleeping. He doesn't even have no respect. And it's your obligation, it's your duty, it's your responsibility to say to your son, Emmanuel, or any son that you have, or any daughter, when they're wrong, and you do it to their face. My father was wrong about something a long time ago. I'm not going to get into it. And my grandmother, his mother, slapped him right in the face. Slapped him right in the face. And this is the problem with the Philippines, that when children are wrong, when adults are wrong, the parents don't put their foot down and say, listen, you're wrong. What you're doing is wrong. And you know something else, Mercy, I'm going to tell you right now. Whether people like it or not, until I'm divorced to Riza, I am part of this family. I am part of this family. That means I can talk. It is my business. So I don't care if the sister Caton, who's always a big mouth, who's always, I'm not talking about the one with the sweet voice. I'm not talking about Nene. I'm not talking about Caton. I'm talking about the other one that's married, that comes, late at night, like at 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock from her job, and she don't even know what the hell is going on, and she's accusing me and putting her little bony finger in my face, accusing me and this and that about this and this and that, and she don't even know what the hell is going on. I'm talking about people like that. They don't even know what the hell is going on, and then accusing Angelo of this and this and this, and they don't even know that I went in there peacefully, just like I talked to you peacefully about your son. I went in there peacefully and talked to I said, Kyle, translate for me, because I want to talk to your mother and father. Can I sit down? I went nice and peacefully. Ask Kyle. I went in there peacefully, nice and peacefully. Can I sit down? I want to share. I want to say two things to your mother and father. And incidentally, the wife of your son didn't even defend him. Didn't even defend him whatsoever. As a matter of fact, when I was talking to him, he got upset. Instead of saying, yeah, no, I should help my mother more, he didn't do that. He went like a little tiny child, like James. He went like a little tiny child to the other room and started yelling and screaming a little bit, like that. And then started throwing things at me and stuff like that. That's not a godly thing to do. I thought that you raised up a good son. That's not a godly thing to do, is try to touch a person and try to beat up a person who's legally blind, going in there in peace. That's not a godly thing to do. Yeah, I don't know if you're proud of your son of doing that, but somebody should say to your son that you can't do that to somebody who's an American citizen from a country that supports the Philippines, from the Chinese and from the Japanese and for everybody else. And then you're going to treat them like that in your house? That's not, I didn't teach you that. You should say like this: I didn't teach you to be a son like that. I didn't teach you to be a man like that. I don't know if you're scared of your son, maybe because he don't give you no more money or not. But if it was me and Sean did that to me or to anybody else and he was giving me money, I say, I don't give a damn about the money. I don't care about if Sean gives me more money when he's older. I'm going to tell Sean when he's wrong, he's wrong. When he's wrong, he's wrong. That's it. I'm not going to be scared about no transportation and no money and no this and that, because he doesn't help you anyway. You told me one day that you didn't even have any rice and he has a store. Well, so what the hell is going on there? You told me that we don't have any rice. And I had to go to your son's store and buy rice on credit and give you rice. Why can't he give you rice? Or why can't he fix your house? Why can't he take away the water situation around your house? Why can't he fix the roof? Why can't he just break the whole house down and say, the hell with this house, let me make it new, just like mine, nice like mine? Why doesn't he do that for you? What did you do to him that he hates you so much? Because you can't say, oh, I love your mom, and not even help, because there's no love. So I said, Kyle, let me sit down before I leave you, Mercy, with this. I said, Kyle, and this is a letter to you, to Mercy. You say, I'm your friend? You can't pick and choose when I'm your friend. Mercy, you can't pick and choose. You can't pick, Angelo's my friend when he pays me, but when he doesn't pay me, I don't really care too much about him being my friend. Oh, you're a good friend, Angelo, because you paid me, 3,000, 5,000, or 4,000 pesos. That doesn't go like that. You're supposed to be a friend through and through. A real friend, not a friend when I pay you at 7 o'clock in the night. And then when I go away and have an argument with your son, then you're talking to everybody else behind my back. It doesn't go like that, though. It doesn't go like that, though. Yeah, I don't know about what your daughter say about that, but your daughter should be up his face also, saying, "Yo, Emmanuel, when you gonna help our mother out?" So I don't know what the hell is wrong with everybody, that everybody doesn't defend you. What, nobody loves you over there in over here in the Philippines? That nobody defends you? because what he's doing is wrong. But anyway, I said, so this is what's going on. I go, Kyle, are you there? Oh, okay. Can I come inside? Okay, so he lets me inside. Okay, he lets me inside the house. I'm not a stranger. I'm married to Teresa. I'm part of the family, whether people like it or not. Whether people bitch and whine and complain, I'm part of this family. Until I divorce Teresa, I am part of the family. This is my business. It is my business because I see it every day. It's my business to speak. Jesus spoke, and that's why he was crucified. Jesus spoke, and that's why he was killed. He wasn't killed because he was a carpenter. He was killed because he spoke out against the Pharisees and the Sadducees and the religious knuckleheads. The people that they used to go to the temple and used to live like the devil. He had problems with those people more than the people that were just sinners, and didn't even know God. But I said, Kyle, let me come inside. Okay, can I have a chair? Let me sit inside. Okay, can you translate, Kyle? Okay, can you translate these two things? Okay. So can you tell your father to come over here? Where's your father at? Oh, he's in the living room. Okay, tell him to come over here, please. Because I tell people in their face, Mercy, the deal. I don't talk behind nobody's back. I'm an American citizen, and not only that, I'm a Spanish, a Puerto Riqueño, born in the United States. So I'm double trouble. I'm a United States citizen, and I'm Spanish, Puerto Rican. We just talk. We just talk to people's face. We don't cower around and stab people in the back and cowards and all. We go right up in your face. Right up in your face. And so I was like, Kyle, okay, so your father's coming. Okay, that's good. Where's your mother? Oh, your mother's right there. Okay, fine. So tell him number one. Tell him two things. Number one, translate this. If I don't get credit from your store, it's not because I'm angry or anything like that. It's because your father said no to the me connecting to your electric power, right? Did he say no? Yeah. Okay. I said inside myself, I didn't even tell this to Kyle. I said, why can't your son Emmanuel tell me like a man, Angelo, no, we can't do it. Why didn't he do that? Because you know why? Mercy, your son Emmanuel is not a man. He's a mouse. You gave birth to a mouse. That's what you did. You gave birth to a coward, a person who thinks he's rich and he's nothing. You didn't give birth to a real man. You gave birth to a mouse, because anybody who treats his mother like that, to let her live in a dump, is a mouse. Okay, so I said, okay, just because I'm not getting credit this month, it doesn't mean that I'm angry at anybody here. I need to, since your father probably said no to me. Did he say no? Yes. Okay, so since he said no, I have to save money to get the power. I can't give you, $6,400 every month until, no, I can't do that anymore. I can't, and like that, So, okay, number two, translate this. Okay. Why do you live like a king? And he doesn't live like a king. I mean, he has a 2-foot bathroom. He doesn't live like a king. But why does your father live like a king? Or why do you live like a king? And then you allow your mother to live like a dog? Can you please translate that, please, for him? And then you can see that he's already getting mad and angry. Instead of talking to me like a man. Talk to me like a man, not like a mouse. So he was already talking and bitching and whining and complaining, and I'm not even finished yet. I mean, it's true. I don't know what's the argument. I don't know what's the bitching and whining and complaining and the fighting and the arguments, because it's true. You live like a dog and he lives like a king. Well, and no good son allows that to happen. Me and my son and me and my brother, okay, we did not allow that to happen with our mother when she was alive, before God took her home in 2012. We didn't allow that to happen. My mother had the best furniture. My mother had a beautiful apartment. My mother lived like a queen. We didn't rack up things and did things and got ourselves fat and everything like that. And our mother lived like a dog. Never. She wouldn't live like that anyway, because she has self-respect. She wouldn't live the way you're living now. She wouldn't live like that anyway. With or without our help. She would have self-respect, self-esteem. But anyway, some people can't do it. Some people can. That's just the way it is. Some people want to live like that. Okay, fine. You want to live like that, like a dog or like a cat, it's up to you. But your son still has to answer to God for it says honor your father and your mother in the Bible. That's what it said. I don't know if you read the Bible, Mercy. It says honor your father and your mother. Is he honoring you? Yes or no? No. So you can't. You people can't bitch and whine and complain about me. Your daughters can't bitch and whine and complain about me. Gaton sisters can't bitch and whine and complain about me. Your son can't bitch and whine and complain about me. Kyle can bitch and whine and complain about me. Your children's uncles and your brothers and your cousins can bitch and whine and complain about me. Is he keeping God's commandment? Yes or no? It can't be in between. Yes or no? Honor your father and your mother. Is he honoring you by putting you out of the cat house that you live in? Huh? That's the deal. So can't bitch and whine and complain about me and talk behind my back if you're talking behind my back. And I'm not gonna know if you are or not because you didn't come to my house. You didn't even have the decency to come to my house and say, Angela, are you okay after the other day? Angela, are you fine? Thank you for defending me. Angelo, thank you. Nobody defended me in 10 years or in 20 years or in 30 years or in 40 years and 50. Ever since I was alive, nobody defended me like that. I thank you that a foreigner had to come and thank you, Angelo, that you defended me. Did you even thank me that I defended you the other day? I risked my life defending you because you don't know what can happen in the nighttime with these knucklehead uncles and cousins of yours and sons. You don't know what can happen. You don't know because somebody could stick out a knife and put it in my stomach because I said something that got them. They tried to hit me in Caton's house. Your son tried to hit me. I thought he was so nice and quiet. He's just a demon like everybody else. He's a demon like everybody else. He has a problem with demons. I'm telling you right now, he's not a Christian person. He's not one of God's people. He's a demon. And so he started getting mad. Then he started going to the other room. Your son just started talking. And then he complained about his wife in front of me. I think that's why Caton said that she wants to marry an Americano. She said that a long time ago in my house. I remember when about like 3 years ago, I think it was like 4 years ago now, maybe almost 4 years ago, when Rizzo got the money from Bibi, $4,000, which is 200,000 peso, to do the foundation and to start everything off and everything like that, without my permission, by the way. But anyway, Caton was in here after we got the house a little bit up and running, and she said, to my surprise, she said, "Ooh, I want to marry an Americano." I mean, end quote. I said, "What the hell did Caton just say?" She's married to that guy over there, your son. Why does he want to marry an Americano? I mean, come on, man. What's the deal with that, Probably because your son never kisses her or never hugs her or never says I love you to her, outside of the bedroom, That's probably what it is, and he doesn't kiss Queenie, he doesn't kiss James, he doesn't kiss Kyle, he doesn't hug them. You don't see him hugging nobody outside. The only thing you see your son, everybody sees your son doing is building. But we'll see when he dies, he can't take his house with him, the Bible says. The Apostle Paul said, we brought nothing into this world and we can take nothing out. That's what the Apostle Paul said in the book of Timothy. See, you can build, but you can't take your house to hell where you go. I'm not talking about you, I'm talking about him. You can't take your house to heaven, you can't take your house to hell. You can't. My baby's crying, so I better go. So then all the uncles come inside the house, rushing in the house, because nobody's a man enough just to talk to me face to face. Everybody has to get involved. Everybody has to go into the house. And the commotion wasn't done by me. The commotion was done by your family that thought that your son needed some help or something like that. And so like 10 people rush inside the house. Come on, that's not the way to talk things out. That's not a godly way. But again, to finish everything before my baby starts crying and things like that, and I'm also gonna file a police report when I go to the against your son, against the people that hit me. I'm gonna file a police report. I got the number there of the police department. I'm gonna go there and file a police report because I'm not gonna tolerate anybody throwing rocks in my house or firecrackers or doing anything because I have a special child. I'm not going to tolerate that, so I'm going to file a police report. So I'm sorry about that I have to do that. I have police officers in my family, and I know the law. So I'm going to go now, but you're going to have to tell me if you want me to get chicken ever again in your house, because I'm not going to go over there. So you're going to have to knock my door. And if you don't knock my door, then, thank you for everything. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate all the help. I appreciate you calling me friend, but back it up. Don't just call me your friend. Oh, my friend, you're the best. You're the best. What do you call it? Customer I have, and you're my very best friend, and everything like that. Prove it. Prove it, Mercy. Prove it. Those are just words. When a rubber meets the road, when it's down to the nitty gritty, are those just words? Or do you mean what you say? Because we're all gonna have to be judged by God. But what happened the other day? We're all gonna be judged by God. All of us. All of us. I didn't do nothing to this family except for help this family and put up with the nonsense of this family for 6 long years. But I'm not going to tolerate nobody throwing rocks in my house and scaring my baby and this and all this other garbage, So anyway, I just wanted to give you that letter that, love you a lot. I think that you're a very nice person, but you got to do a better job than just being a nice person. You better do a job as a mother and talk to your children. When they're wrong, they're wrong. When they're wrong, they're wrong. And you got to step up. You can't be a coward. You have to. You're a mother not only in the 9 months that you're giving birth. You're a mother when your children are born. You're supposed to be a mother and tell them when they're wrong and tell them when they're right. That's your responsibility, and God is going to judge you according to that responsibility that God is giving you as a parent. Because if you don't do that, your sons could grow up and your daughters could grow up doing whatever the hell they want to do, and that's not right. You're responsible for that, Mercy. For when your children are old, you're responsible for that, to tell them what's right and wrong. And it's because Eli didn't do that in the Old Testament that he got judged in the book of Samuel. Eli did not do that against his 2 sons, Hophni and the other one, or whatever the case may be. They did whatever they wanted to do at the temple of God, laying with the women at the temple of God, and Eli didn't do nothing about it. The father didn't do nothing about it, and he got judged by God. Your responsibility is to tell Emmanuel, to tell Edwin, and to tell everybody else. Your girl, your 4 daughters. You say you got 4 daughters, you got sons. Okay, you got to tell them when they're wrong or right. You just can't be selling chicken and that's it. Your responsibility is to your children, and to make sure that they're growing up well, and they're rebuked when they need to be rebuked. Because those children of yours, they have children, they have your grandchildren, and if your grandchildren see your children and doing bad things, then they're gonna do bad things. And nobody is giving discipline to nobody. You're not giving discipline to your children. Your children are not giving discipline to James or to Kyle or to Queenie or to anybody else, and then they grow up wrong and without God and judged by God. That's your responsibility. I don't apologize in saying that Mercy, you have failed, and your responsibility in telling him with great authority, Emmanuel, and maybe other children that you bore, that they are responsible to repent from their sins under God. And you can't be a coward and say, oh, if I say that, then they're not going to help me. No, you have to say, the hell with that. I'm gonna do my job as a mother, as a parent, and if they don't like that, and if they don't help me anymore, well, they don't. So be it. But I'm a pleaser of God. I'm not a pleaser of man. So that's my letter to you. Take care.